In addition, one of the teaching strategies that prompt and develop higher order thinking skills is the questioning technique. Another is the creative ways of presenting the lesson to the student. In my strategy, since I am handling grade 10 students, most of the lessons I have made for them utilize inductive method coupled with task-based approach and multiple techniques in teaching, especially in literature. Mastery does not happen overnight. As early as second year, whenever we were asked to construct a lesson plan, I construct a lesson plan that is aligned to and specifically designed for the secondary level, incorporating all the approaches, methods, and techniques we have learned. This way, I have mastered the competencies such as the ability to design lesson plans appropriate to the level of the students based on the prescribed curriculum, the ability to use varied teaching strategies, and the ability to assess effectively among others. Also, during my practice teaching, all lesson plans I have designed were thoroughly evaluated by my CT to ensure the correctness of its content. Apart from its correctness, effective collaboration of ideas occur between me and my CT to ensure the appropriateness of the approach, method, and techniques to be used prior to its utilization in the class. Hence, mastery without application through effective pedagogy is useless. For all the lessons I have made, I always incorporate the use of ICT in teaching. I also use SAMR model in converting the traditional ways of teaching to authentic and meaningful ways of teaching. In addition, one of the teaching strategies that prompt and develop higher order thinking skills is the questioning technique. Another is the creative ways of presenting the lesson to the student. In my strategy, since I am handling grade 10 students, most of the lessons I have made for them utilize inductive method coupled with task-based approach and multiple techniques in teaching, especially in literature. Before I started my practice teaching, we already stipulated the classroom agreements that we will practice inside the classroom. I let the students suggest whatever they want, and I compromised it to what is allowed inside the classroom based on DepEd manual and student manual. Congruently in my class, I allow students to speak in Tagalog. That is for them to freely express their thoughts and ideas. Based on various researches I have read, one way of addressing the issues of language anxiety and language barriers to fruitful learning is by letting them express their ideas and later on help them translate their thoughts into target language. That way, students will not be threatened of humiliation due to inability to speak the target language. In managing the behavior of the students, I always refer to the student's manual. I have good command of my temper and emotion. That way, I am able to ensure that my ways of disciplining the students will not be based on my mood or personal preferences. It is always based on the student's manual. It ensures that I am conforming to positive and nonviolent discipline, and that I do not humiliate the students. If it involves higher level of offense against the student and DepEd manual, there is the so-called behavior contract, in which student, parent, and teacher will discuss the issue and the solution to the problem of the students. Through this, parent and teacher will work hand in hand to help the students address the issue. There are lots of ways to be responsive in learners' linguistic, cultural, socioeconomic, and religious backgrounds. One way of achieving all this as a teacher is to build the core relationship of learning, which refers to the roles of the teacher and students, the subject matter, and their interaction in the classroom. By knowing the students very well, I was able to appreciate and accommodate similarities and differences among the students' diversity in terms of linguistic, culture, socioeconomic, and religion. Great combination of knowing and building good relationship with your students and thorough knowledge of the different strategies that a teacher can choose from is an effective skill to possess in order to easily address disparate learners specific to disabilities, giftedness, and talents. By knowing the students very well, I can easily contemplate activities appropriate for them, so that slow learners or those with disabilities will be assisted by the gifted and talented students through group work, and sooner will be able to cope. While, through individual activities, talented and gifted students will be given the opportunity to shine. that by announcing to the students right after their performances their scores, my comments, and my suggestions. The same with the summative quizzes we check right after, so that they will know what is the correct answer and their scores. More so, every end of the quarter, we conduct PTA meeting in order to give feedback to the parents. And for the school, we submit the necessary documents to the rightful department. Understanding the concept of school community context, the final requirement of the students for their culminating activity is a research presentation with the topic of their choice that deals with social issues found in their community. Another activity is the cultural mapping as one of their performance samples. COPNHS does not have their own school manual. Instead, they follow the policies, guidelines, and procedures stated in DepEd manual. Aside from the DepEd manual, I have also read the different DepEd orders and Republic Acts which were mentioned or part or basis of the DepEd manual. Having thorough background of the policies, guidelines, and procedures, I am also well aware of the limitations, duties, and responsibilities a teacher has. It also helped me better implement those policies and procedures. Building good relationship among colleagues and students is necessary to effectively and efficiently do our tasks as a teacher. However, everything should be done carefully and respectfully to maintain the integrity and the credibility.
I'm gonna send a bird, gonna drown